Whoa, like my skin is popping, y'all, and I'm not even wearing any makeup. But anyways, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl and I'm back with another video. If you're a new subscriber, thank you for tuning in, and if you're a regular, thank you for supporting my content, guys. Like you. So before I start with today's story time, I want to tell you what exactly brought this whole story into my mind. Crystal is Malvani. I was on TikTok and I saw this other video. I can't remember the name of the group, but then they're more like, it's more like Mark Angel comedy, but it's not really Mark Angel comedy, right? I can't remember the name of that production, right? So this girl in that video, she was a mermaid and she met this guy. So this guy didn't know that this girl is a mermaid, so they fell in love, and after after a few months, she started revealing her true colors. So that story reminded me of something that once happened to me. So back in 2014, I met this brother at church, and wow, he was good looking. Okay, so what can we call him? We can call him let's call him All Black, right? Let's call him All Black. Why did I choose that name? It's because, okay, I'll get to that part. So I met All Black at church, and yeah, like it was love at first sight. So All Black and I, we didn't know each other, like we just met at church. And I was like, I remember I told my friend that this guy is cute. Like I started crushing on him and all that. My friend was like, no, he looks weird. So All Black and I, guys, like we became close friends. And I was uncertain at first, because it was my plan. Because I remember telling my friend that, you know what, I'm going to befriend this guy because I want to be his girlfriend. He's good looking. All the girls want him. And like, yo, it's a movie, you know. So I befriended him, and then we became close friends. We exchanged numbers. He gave me his Twitter ID. He also gave me his, what's the name of this thing, his Facebook name. And yeah, like we communicated. He would most of the time walk me home from church, but he didn't really walk me home. But you get what I'm saying. Oh, right? By the way, I forgot to give you the title of this video. The title of this video is I Didn't Know He Was Possessed. Yeah, I know. Anyways, All Black always wore black. Like he always wore black. And Eliana, he was dark in complexion. So same WhatsApp group. Plus, you know, I have a thing for like dark colors. It's like I've said in my previous video that I have a thing for dark things. Plus my favorite color is black. So All Black wore black most of the time, which I didn't find odd because come on, black is my favorite color. So I was like, guys, I was so in love. Hey, like I was so in love. I remember I most of the time bought him food. My mother would give me money to my offering money. Yeah, that was the name I was looking for. My mother would give me offering money instead of like paying the offering. You know, I would buy him bunny chows, sweets, snacks, something. Like I wanted to show him that, bruh, I'm into you, right? Like I was so in love. I remember even at home when we baked, I would bring him biscuits, of which he never returned my lunch boxes. Like this guy, like wow. So fine, guys, you know, I am trying by all means to grab this guy's attention, but this guy, he was playing hard to get. I don't know, like at first I thought maybe he had a girlfriend or something, but he was really playing hard to get, right? But he always accepted my food. But then it's fine. So I was going all out for this guy. Like I wanted him to see that, bruh, I'm into you. Like I'm really into you. Yeah, it's like unang friendzone. Let me put it like that. It's like unang friendzone. But now next time like I wanted a relationship with All Black, cause wow, my feelings for him were up the roof. So time went, me and All Black, let me not say the guy. Me and All Black are still communicating. He's still playing hard to get, but then it is what it is. I remember this one time, it was on a Friday, we were from practice because there was going to be a youth conference in church, right? I was in a choir back then, like I'm a multi-talented girl. Yeah, so we were from practice and All Black was there, right? So after practice, he accompanied me home. As like I've said in the beginning of the video, that he most of the time walked me home, right? So I noticed that on his hand, he had scratches. So at first I was like, maybe he got into a fight, but then I was like, nope. All Black is a very calm and collected person, you know. He's not that type of person that goes around fighting, like, no. Another idea that popped into my mind was maybe he's depressed, right? Because people who are depressed or people who are in dark places, like they do things to themselves, right? So I was a little bit concerned, but I didn't really have the guts to like ask him, "Hore, bruh, like what's up with you?" You know, because I was like, let me just mind my own. Because some people don't really like talking. Because even if I had asked him, I know that he wouldn't have given me a straight answer. Let me put it like that. So All Black had scratches on his hand, and he was now all of a sudden not bathing. The guy was smelling. So mind you, like most of the time I would complain. I remember I used to complain to my friend that this guy, he's not giving me attention. Like I'm the one that always has to start a conversation between us. I'm the one that always has to like ask him to meet up. I'm the one that's always like there, you know. And he's just, you know. So I started complaining to my friend and I was like, this guy is like, he's really not feeling me. I feel like I should give up. Another side of me was like, yep, give up. And another one was like, nope, that man is yours. Like he's yours. So mind you guys, each and every time when All Black walked me home, like he never wanted to know where I lived. He would leave me like maybe three streets, yeah, 3 streets from my house. Like he never wanted to know where I lived. Okay, at first I was like, that is weird because most guys, when they walk girls home, they want to make sure that the girl gets home safely. Like they are worried about their safety. Let me put it like that. Yeah, he was not worried at all. He would be like, nope, I don't want to know where you stay, right? Where you stay. And one thing I realized was that he never really looked me in the eye. Like most of the time when I talked to him, he was always like, or he was either like looking around, like he never really looked me in the eye. So the last time I saw him, he was like, he's tired, like he's literally tired of living. I was like, bro, what do you mean by that? He was like, no, never mind. Okay, I was like, if you want to talk, like I'm open, you know. Like I'll always be there for you. Like, don't be shy. Don't be shy. He was always most of the time complaining about being tired. He was most of the time complaining about not wanting his life. Like he complained about a lot of things, and of which most of them included him not being alive. Like he hated his life. Like he hated his life. So at first I thought maybe this guy had problems at home, because I never really knew this guy. Let me put it like that. I never really knew this guy because I was most of the time the one that did the talking, because this guy is quiet naturally. He is a quiet person. So I was most of the time doing the talking, and like he never really told me his background, right? So Mena, I assumed, oh no, maybe this guy, like he doesn't come from a background is sharp. Let me put it like that. That's why he's like, he's tired of living, he's tired of his life, you know. I thought that's what he meant, right? So after that conversation we had about him wanting, not him wanting to end his life, about him being tired of his life, All Black was all of a sudden ignoring me. He no longer responded to my text on WhatsApp. He was no longer responding to my inbox on Facebook. Like he was literally ignoring me, right? So I was trying to understand what had happened. At first I thought that maybe I pushed him, like I let him say something he never wanted to say. Let me put it like that. At first I thought that, okay, this is my fault, because now I'm like that. When you are going through something, when you want to say something but you don't want to say it, I'm gonna push you until you say it. So at first I was like, I shouldn't have pushed him. Maybe he's mad at that, like he's mad at me for pushing him and all that. But then I was like, no, but that can't be the reason. Like this guy is depressed. Like the only thing that came to my mind, guys, was that this guy was depressed. So All Black was ignoring me, and I was talking to my friends. I was telling her about how this guy's been ignoring me. Like he's ignoring our chats, he's ignoring my texts, he's ignoring my calls. And Like I couldn't understand what was happening. Like I couldn't understand what was going on. So months went, I think three or 4 months. 3 months passed. Like I lost patience. I lost patience. Like I was tired. I was tired of texting him, and I was also tired of him always ignoring me. Like I was tired of the silence between us, right? So I've been going to church, but here's what happened, right? This guy was no longer coming to church. All Black, not this guy. All Black was no longer coming to church. Like he literally left church. I think the last time I saw him at church was like 3 months back. And it's been like 4 months now since guy church. So I asked his brother where he is. I asked All Black's brother where All Black is. His brother was like, All Black no longer stays with them. He moved out. Like he's that person, whereas he would come on weekends, and every time he would come on weekends, he's always moody, he's always angry at everyone. Like he was that person. I was like, okay, what is going on? I was trying to figure out what the hell was going on. I thought that maybe it was my fault because now I talk too much. Like I talk too much. So I thought that maybe I said something that might have offended him. So All Black he no longer slept at home. He was ignorant, he was moody towards everyone. And I even told his brother that Lena, like he's no longer talking to me. Like this guy, he's ignoring my text. Like what up with him? So after having that conversation with his brother, right, something in me was like, no, try again with this guy. Maybe like this time he'll open up, he'll tell you what's going on. So I texted him again, of which it was on WhatsApp. You know what he did? This time he read my message and then he blocked me afterwards. So after him blocking me, like I really lost patience. Like, yo, negilim. So I was like, nope, I'm giving up on this guy. Like, enough. Let me put it like that. So I stopped going to church because after all, the reason I was going to church, it was because of him. That was one of the reasons. Let me put it like that. That was one of the reasons I was going to church. So not like I stopped going to church, but at the same time, to be really honest, guys, I was worried about him, right? Because I had known this guy for like 3 years, and he's no longer talking to me, he's no longer sleeping at home, he's ignoring my texts, he's moody towards everyone. I was like, okay, I don't know. So then now I left church. Not I left church, like I stopped going to church. So after 2 weeks of sitting at home and watching cartoons, my mother was on my case. Lena, hey, be terrible, like you go to church, like yo, you know how Black parents are, like when it comes to going to church. So I ended up going to church. Actually, oh, so this means that I stopped going to church for 2 weeks. I'm proud of myself. But either way, yeah, so my mother was like nagging me to go to church, and guess what? When I got to church, guess who I bumped into? All Black. Mind you, I was refusing. Like, y'all know how stubborn I am. Like, I was refusing to go to church. Like, I was like, Mom, I'm not going to that place. Like, I never wanted to set foot in that house again because of All Black. It was because of him. It wasn't because of anyone. Like, it was because of this guy. I was refusing, like, yo, like, my mother and I, we ended up fighting, and I ended up agreeing because Black parents always win. We all know that, right? So fine, I bumped into All Black, and guess what? He was still wearing black. He was still the same guy. His hair, like his hair was somewhere. It was more like an afro, like no, it was somewhere here. But it was so unneat. Like you could tell that this guy hadn't bathed, like he hasn't bathed for days. Like it was so unneat. So we passed each other as if we didn't know each other. So fine, guys, I sat behind him at church because I was so mad at him. Like there was a seat next to him, right? But then I was like, nope, I'm not gonna sit there because I am mad at this guy. Like I am so mad at him. Like I wanted him to come to me and tell me what's been going on with him, like what up with him, right? So I was like, nope, I'm gonna sit behind him. So after reading the sermon, the pastor asked all of us to stand up, and he asked all of the people that are sick. So after reading the sermon, the pastor asked all of us to stand up, and he asked all of those who were sick to come in front, like all those who are feeling unwell, all those who wanted breakthroughs, like yeah, you know those things. So fine, All Black's aunt and mother, they went in front. So guys, here's the climax. They told the pastor what was going on with All Black. I think we all thought that this guy was sick, or maybe he had depression, or he was going through some phases or whatever. No, this guy was demonically possessed. So the aunt told the pastor what had happened. So here's what happened. Apparently the aunt was from work. She's a nurse, by the way. So she just finished her night shift and she came back home at around 3 a.m. She said it was around 3 a.m. So when she got home, she heard, what's the name of this guy? She heard All Black talking in his bedroom. At first she thought that, mind you, I get it, the aunt is talking to the pastor, like she's explaining everything current, like this guy, right? So at first she thought that maybe this guy is dreaming or he's having nightmares or he's sleepwalking. But then she said that, okay, let me first take off my work clothes. Maybe this will go away, right? Because she thought that maybe he was having a nightmare or something, but no. Even after she finished taking off her clothes, that guy was still talking, like he was still talking, until she decided to go into his room. When she got into his room, All Black was standing by the window. Like she said, he was standing there by the window and he was talking in some strange language, drawing these weird things on the window. And that's whereby she knew that something was wrong with this guy. So she said that she started praying and calling out to God's name. And then All Black came back to his senses after his aunt prayed for him, right? So after him coming back to his senses, All Black told his aunt what was going on. He told her that, aunt, I am possessed. So the aunt prayed for him, and after a few hours, All Black managed to go back to sleep. So what the aunt did was that she called the pastor and told him that this and that is happening with All Black. Like, I don't know what to do. And the pastor told her to bring All Black to church, right? So fine, they got to church, of which it was on that day. Like, guys, I literally saw everything. Like, I was standing there like, what is going on? So the pastor prayed for him, guys, and All Black like started manifesting things. Like, he started manifesting things. He started hissing like a snake. He started crawling like a snake. And I'm just there like, wow. Like, guys, it was so unbelievable. I was so scared. I was so nervous. Like, it was also unbelievable because it was my first time. It was my first time seeing something like that. Because the only time I saw people being delivered from demons and all that was... Like, I always see that on TV because I used to watch, what's the name of this, Pastor Joshua. I used to watch Pastor Joshua and I would see all of these things on TV. So it was my first time seeing it live, like live. So I was like, yo, like, honestly, I was scared. So he was manifesting. Obviously, I get it. The pastor was casting out the demon, asking the demon what it wants. So when All Black was manifesting, he said things like, no, he was sent. Apparently the demon was sent to destroy every good thing that is in All Black's life. So this demon was sent to destroy every good thing that was happening in his life. Mind you, All Black was also struggling in school, right? He was also struggling in school. He was no longer doing well. And mind you that this guy was an A student. All of a sudden, things changed, right? When the pastor was praying, he asked the demon things like, how did you become in possession of him? Like, what happened? Like, how exactly did this demon get into you? And All Black was like, I got it through my friend. Bahot, guys. So here's what happened when All Black narrated to the pastor how he became demonically possessed, how the demon possessed him. Apparently, All Black was in class with his friend, and he was like complaining to his friend because this guy is All Black. Why do I keep saying this guy? All Black is a singer, right? He's a singer, but he wanted to like be recognized. He wanted to be known. So he was complaining to his friend and he was like, ish, people are not listening to my music. When I hold concerts, people don't even come. Like, I want to be the greatest. And then his friend was like, you know, I'm not sitting alone where I am. And then All Black obviously was like, I will not keep on when I only one. They can't take time. And then his friend was like, nope, I'm not alone. There's someone with me. So his friend explained who he was with, and then he told All Black what exactly that person is doing for him, right? And he told All Black that in order for you to be successful, in order for you to be recognized, in order for you to be a well-known singer, here's what you must do. And then the friend told him to say some weird words in like, I can't remember the words, but then like he was explaining to the pastor how he became possessed, right? So All Black said those words, and that's how a demon got into his life. After praying for him, obviously everything went back to normal. We all moved on with our lives. All Black was no longer following the dark side. He was now a child of God. He was following the will of God. But then there is me. Then again, there's me. Like when I got home, guys, immediately like I deleted his number. Like obviously I was intrigued by this whole situation. To me, it was as if this guy was still possessed. Let me put it like that. Like, yo. So I wanted nothing to do with him. Let me put it like that. I deleted his number. I unfriended him on Facebook. I was like, nope. Phone shame. So days passed and I was still ignoring All Black until this one time, like I remember how nervous I was that day. So All Black came to my house and like I was scared. I felt like screaming. I remember how nervous I was, guys. Like I was literally so nervous. Like, yo, to me that guy looked, my mindset was still telling itself that this guy is still possessed. So he came to my house. Mind you, that was his first time coming to my house. I gave at the beginning of the video, I told y'all that this guy, like he has never came to my house. So this time he came to my house and told me everything that had happened and why he couldn't come to my house and why he ended up ignoring me and all that. So apparently he was trying to keep me out of danger, right? Because this demon wanted every good thing that was happening in his life, and I was one of those things. So that is why he ended up ignoring me, because let me say he put my safety first, because he was worried about my safety. So months passed. All Black restarted his life. He gave his life to Jesus. He changed his friends. He no longer drank alcohol. He no longer smoked. And guys, like on that road, we also lost communication. Like things were no longer the same. I get All Black in now. He got a girlfriend, and yeah, like he got a girlfriend. I'm happy for them. I'm happy that he's happy, and I think that's what made us lose communication, because the thing that made us talk was me having a crush on him. So he got a girlfriend, and yeah, I got over it eventually. So moral of the story is, when you get into a relationship, always pray to God to show you exactly what you are getting yourself into. Like that is an important thing. Like that is something I've learned throughout my years. Like I should always pray to God. I should always ask God to show me like what am I getting myself into. So like, yeah guys, always pray to God to like show you what this person is he or she the right person? Is he or she for you? Because like people are fighting spiritual battles out there. The next thing y'all going to have sex, and we all know how soul ties are. So like always pray to God to make you see things before like doing things. Yeah, always pray to God to make you see things before doing things. But anyways guys, thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you are a new subscriber and if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Ding, ding. I will see y'all in my next video. Mwah! Have a lovely weekend.